Hi everyone, and welcome to another one of Performance Holidays videos. My name is Monica, and today I'm going to be sharing a recipe called Cranberry Pecan Square, so I hope you enjoy it. So here's our plan for today. We will be starting with the recipe and discuss it a little bit. We're also going to be talking about Canada's food guide recommendations for eating during the holidays, and we're going to end with some trivia questions. So our recipe, like I said, is called Cranberry Pecan Squares. And I have here the ingredients. I divided them into two, half of the ingredients for the crust. And for this, we're going to need all-purpose whole wheat flour, oats, packed brown sugar, salt, baking soda, ground cinnamon, olive oil, and lemon juice. And for the toppings, we're going to need Greek yogurt, vanilla extract, lemon zest, all-purpose whole wheat flour again, packed brown sugar, dried cranberries, and chopped pecans. And what's good about this recipe is that you can, it's versatile, so you can use different fruits, dried or fresh, and you can use also different nuts. So here is the video for the recipe.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another one of Performance Holiday series. Today's recipe is called Cranberry Pecan Square, so I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to start with the crust, and for this you're going to need 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose whole wheat flour, 1 1/4 cups of oats, 3/4 cups of packed brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 cup of olive oil, and 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. So we're going to mix all of our dry ingredients. And then we're going to slowly add our wet ingredients to make sure that we get everything covered. So we're going to make sure we mix that in properly, and at one point I switched to a fork to make sure that we get everything covered by the oil and the lemon juice. Now we're going to take our mixture and transfer it into our greased 9x13 baking pan, and we're going to spread it out evenly and press firmly on it. Now for the topping, we're going to start by mixing 1 cup of 2% plain Greek yogurt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose whole wheat flour, and 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. So we're going to mix all of that in, and we're going to keep the cranberries and pecans for later. So we're going to spread this out over our crust and make sure to spread it out evenly. We're then going to add our cranberries evenly as well and press slightly on the mixture. Then we're going to add our pecans and do the same thing, spread them out evenly and lightly press on it. Now we're going to take our pan and put it into an oven that's been preheated to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to bake for 40 minutes. So after the 40 minutes is done, we're going to take it out and let it cool for about 20 minutes before we can start cutting. And we're going to cut into 24 pieces. It's ready to serve. And that's it. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Hello.
So I hope you get to make that at home. It's really easy and versatile, like I said. So the whole recipe costs about $10.16 to make, and it does make 24 little squares. So per portion or per square, it's about 42 cents. I do want to draw your attention to the sugar content in each square. It's something that we have to consider because it is high in sugar. But healthy eating doesn't mean depriving ourselves of foods that we enjoy. Especially during the holidays, we're going to encounter a lot of foods that are higher in fat, higher in sugar, in saturated fat and sodium. So what I've done is I've compiled a list of tips from the new Canadian Food Guide to for healthy eating during the holidays. And so one of the first things that they suggest is to choose and offer healthier foods more often. So yes, we're going to be exposed to different types of foods, but ideally we're going to be going for the fresher foods whenever possible. You can also play around with the recipes that you might want to try. So for example, in my case, the recipe that I chose was used regular white all-purpose flour, but I switched to all-purpose whole wheat flour just to add a bit more fiber. The next tip is that we practice mindful eating as well. So we want to take the time to eat, focus on what we're eating, and we also want to pay attention to our hunger and fullness cues. We also want to enjoy the food that we're eating without any judgment so that we can continue to have a healthy relationship with food. And we don't want to feel like we missed out either, especially if it's something that's high in sugar, salt. We want to, instead of missing out, we can just take smaller portions and take the time to savor them. We also want to think about the drinks that we have. They can also have additional calories. So ideally you want to stick more with water or plain tea or plain coffee. Finally, we don't always have to celebrate our own food. We can always use other activities like skating, going out for a walk, or playing a game at home with our loved ones. So finally, I want to end with a few trivia questions based on the ingredients that we used in the recipe. So the first one is regarding pecans. Which one of the following is false? So number one, there are over 1,000 varieties of pecans. Number two, the word pecan is of Spanish origin. Number three, pecans are one of the nuts with the highest amount of fiber per serving. Or number four, pecans come in only one size. So the answer is number two is false. The name pecan is actually a Native American word of Algonquin origin, and that's used to describe all nuts requiring a stone to crack. And number four is also false, of course. Pecans can come in different sizes like mammoth, extra large, too small, and extra small. And they also come in different forms like pieces, whole pecans, even pecan flour. The next question is regarding cranberries. Which one of the following is true? Number one, for the same serving size, dried cranberries have the same nutritional value as fresh cranberries. Number two, cranberries are native to North America. Number three, fresh cranberries have a mild, sweet taste. Or number four, cranberries grow in water. So the answer is two. Number two is true. Cranberries are native to North America. And that's it. Here are some of my references for this presentation. Thank you and happy holidays to you and your loved ones.